behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a brand new year, 2025, and I hope you had a great holiday. We got a new interview coming up in just a moment, but before we begin, don't forget about the subscribe and bell buttons below you there, and you'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way. Leave a comment on the comment section below you too if you like, and we'd love to hear from you as well. If you check out the description and also the closing credits, we'll have contact info for you. So we hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Atlanta, Georgia today, we have Jamar Langley, very talented and awesome artist. I think you're going to love him. And we're going to get to that in a second, but first here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show, so don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Atlanta, Georgia today, we have Jamar Langley. Thanks for joining us, Jamar.
Man, it's a pleasure, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about how it all began for you as far as music? I mean, I'm sure you always wanted to be one since you were a little boy. Maybe you came fell into it much later. Tell us your own story.
There you go. You got some of it right there, Paul. So, grew up in a musical family. My mom sings. Dad plays guitar, sings. I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters. They all are in music. You know, they were in music in some capacity, you know what I'm saying? But I just grew up in a musical household, and I just took the reins, and between the ages of 3 and 10, just doing a lot of learning, a lot of singing. By the age of 11, I'd already learned how to play keyboard, and I was songwriting by that time. And at that time also, me and my brothers had a group called Addiction. Pretty good. Yeah, we sung a few times. It went from the cookouts to, the lounges here and there. We had our first show at a place called the Crow's Nest here in Atlanta. And once they saw that, my talent was starting to exceed, they kind of stepped back after a while and started supporting me from behind and, making sure that, I would have instruments, just little stuff that I would have opportunities to sing, and just really supporting me all the way. And to this day, it's the same way. Yeah, so my start definitely started there with family.
Okay, well that's a great story, and I'm glad that you were able to have your own band for a while, like you were mentioning, and why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the influences? I mean, everyone has the bands that they grew up with that helped influence them to be an artist. I'm sure you have a few of your own.
Absolutely. Johnny Cash, Percy Sledge, Smokey Robinson, B.B. King. You had the Beatles, Stylistics, The Temptations. You had Marvin Gaye and Sam Cooke and Otis Redding, Michael Jackson and Prince, which are like the all-stars to me. Of course, one of my favorite people, Lenny Kravitz, that's one of my favorite artists that I grew up with. And man, the list goes on. Stevie Wonder. I mean, from, Bob Dylan. I mean, honestly, it's just like my influences are just mixed up. Up until this present day, I love people like Mumford and Sons. I still listen to them a lot. Coldplay, John Mayer, Ed Sheeran. Those are a lot of my influence. A lot of the women too, like Whitney Houston and Chaka Khan and Nita Baker, Sade. The list goes on, man, as far as influences. But the ones I named, the first 13, 12, those are who I used to listen to all the time. So kind of shaped my music in a way. So yeah.
Yeah, those are great, and some of them are the late but greats, but because you mentioned a few that are no longer with us, but they were definitely legends. And,
Absolutely.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how we can find your music? Are you on all streaming platforms, and also are you on social media? And do you have an official website, so forth like that? Tell us all about that.
That's it. And I have to mention James Brown, Godfather of Soul, James Brown. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. But, okay. So you can find me on all platforms at I'm Jamar Langley. That's JamarLangley. It's the same on Facebook. Well, no, it's Jamar Langley Music on Facebook. I have TikTok, which is Jamar Langley Music. I now have Lemon 8, which is a new app. Same thing, Jamar Langley Music. But y'all, if y'all get confused, honestly, just Google Jamar Langley, and everything comes up. But I have YouTube, which is Jamar Langley as well. You can find my music on all music platforms, which includes my newest single, which was Time for Change.
Mm-hmm.
My newest release, and it's doing quite well. I'm happy to say that I've landed my first placement. I'll get details about where it'll be placed, but I have my first placement with that song, which is crazy because I actually just released that song November 1st, and it's only January 3rd, and TV and Film has picked it up. So that's like a great start to the year for me. But anyways, I have other music. In My Dreams, which was released in 2020. I have a few singles that I released between 2020 and last year. So guys, just go check my music out. Reach out to me, especially Instagram. Connect with me on Instagram. I reach out. I talk back.
Okay. Well, like he said, I'm sure he's on all streaming platforms, and if he has a official website, which I think you do, and on social media, all that stuff, I'm sure that he would love to hear from you. So go check him out.
Yes, please.
And also make sure you get his music too, because I know he would love you for that.
Absolutely.
And I think you just mentioned the name of the song. Was it "Time for Change"? I think you said was the name.
Yeah.
Of it. And according to what I read, it has something to do with Kamala Harris, who was running for president last year.
Yes. I was blessed.
Tell us a little bit more about this song, because I'm sure our audience would love to hear about that.
Yeah, so when I first wrote the song, you don't expect that stuff, but around the time I was writing the song, somehow it got into the hands of the Kamala Harris campaign between North Carolina and Georgia. So before the song was really released, they were already using it for some of the campaign, which was kind of cool because I'm like, okay, I'm not big on politics. I know about it, but I'm not really as big on it as probably I should be. But it was just nice to be a part of something, to be honest, that's greater than, I created it in the room in my home studio, you know what I'm saying? So like to go from a home studio to a campaign, are you kidding me? That's like big. Like even if it was the Senate or the mayor's campaign, the fact that it went from there to there was already big for me. So the song has a lot of influence, and it just basically talks about change in the world. It talks about coming together. It has a very "we are the world" feel. That's the whole goal, is to just bring humanity together. And that's part of my mission as an artist. Because I grew up not seeing color. You know what I mean? Never had. I grew up. A lot of my friends are every color. Like some of my best friends. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up not seeing color, and I feel like life is a bit more enjoyable that way. When you can see everybody banding together, coming together for one cause, and that's just to really live a better life and, force change in certain areas of the world. So, that was the whole basis of my song, just really coming together and bridging a gap.
But yeah, it is a really great song, and I really love it too. And I know you guys out there are gonna love it too. And we'll get to that in just a second. But Jamar, thank you so much for being on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
Man, Paul, just let me know. I've already met you now, so we're good. You just let me know. Yes, you got my Instagram. You can reach out to me or wherever you can get my information from. Just let me know, man. I'm here.
Okay, well, let's get right to the video. Here it is, Jamar Langley with "Time for Change." It begins right now.
Here I stand, with the one who can't stand alone. looking for an answer, searching for a home. Here I stand. For all humanity, to build a better future, to once again believe. No more broken promises, there's so much work to be done. Here we go, it's on us. The day has come, time for change, make the world a better place. We won't stop till we win this race. I got you, and you got me. This is it, we aren't afraid. Looking fear right in the face. We won't stop till we win this race. I got you, and you got me. Together we'll win. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, oh, oh. I got you, and you got me. Together we'll win. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, oh, I got you. And the time is now to take back integrity, pick up the broken pieces, restore the broken dream. The time is now. We're much stronger than before. What used to be a struggle is now an open door. No more broken promises, there's so much work to be done. Here we go, it's on us. Time for change, make the world a better place. We won't stop till we win this race. I got you, and you got me. This is it, we aren't afraid. Looking fear right in the face. We won't stop till we win this race. I got you, and you got me. Together we'll win. Oh, 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 oh. I got you, and you got me. Together we'll win. Oh, 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 I got you.
And every day in the courtroom, I stood proudly before a judge and I said 5 words: Kamala Harris for the people.